Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space, where I take stories from across the internet and read them for your entertainment. This particular story is called Enhanced Interrogation, written by Noob vs. Eta NVM. I'm still waiting for answers, Terran.
I already gave you all I have.
You expect me to believe this ludicrous story of yours?
You remind me a lot of my ex-wife.
Right. This Karen.
Well, unlike her, you at least listen.
And I'm supposed to believe that you flew this far into the galaxy just to avoid a former mate.
Alimony is no laughing matter, Mr. Krabs.
According to our scans, you are a fit human male. What do you have to fear from, checks notes, a nagging, frigid midget?
She holds most of the terrifying weapons in the galaxy.
Now this is interesting. What kind of technology Terrans managed to miniaturize for personal use? A Kerbal Blitz generator? An antimatter reactor?
Worse, a lawyer.
I see there is no issue in asking for your cooperation. I'll have to use a more assertive means. This will not be pleasant.
Bring it on, Sebastian.
Later. I see you've already shed your outer layers, Terran.
Can't ask a man to keep his pants in this condition.
It can end any time you want. Just give me the information I seek.
Mama ain't raised no brute. If a Xeno prepares you a hot sauna, you don't refuse his kindness.
As you wish.
Much later.
I realize I must be more forceful with you, Terran.
But I was just beginning to sweat.
Stab him.
He commands the drones. Now you really remind me of my ex.
I want you to know I take no pleasure in mutilating a fellow sentient.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
You don't have to suffer, human. Collaborate and you can keep your remaining appendages.
You can't do this.
I must do what is necessary for the safety of the Federation. Tell me what your mission is. Intelligence gathering, sabotage, assassination.
No. You can't leave a man with a half-full body wax. It's cruel.
I admire your resilience, Terran.
Don't forget the back. Tabatoa.
An unproductive session later. 1 million microblades can stop if you just collaborate.
I hadn't had a salt scrub in years.
You don't need to go through the pain of being repeatedly pierced by our energy weapons. Just say what you know.
Not if you'll mess up my laser exfoliation.
Do not drown in the toxic sludge of the Deathlands. Just tell the truth.
Skin treatment and a mud bath. You spoil me, Princess Atta.
In sheer frustration, the interrogator physically assaults the prisoner. His whole body on top of him, his multiple limbs striking relentlessly, frantically, full of raw, uncontained fury.
If you could focus a bit more on the shoulders, sir, that would be great, Charlotte.
Agent! A voice calls from the intercom. The agent recomposes himself and comes out of the interrogation room to meet his superior.
We received message from Terra. A request to unleash the prisoner under their custody.
The Terrans acknowledge the prisoner is one of their agents. Not exactly. The request comes from a supposed free agent who identifies himself as Miss Gutierrez's attorney. Story number 2. The Speech, written by Gerrit. It began centuries ago. Due to our physiology and the fact that our world contains a single continent, we never gave priority to developing long-range communications. Our mind was one, and we knew what all saw and felt. But as we developed and the laws of nature made themselves known to us, we stumbled onto radio signals. And once we had those, we had used them to study what the heavens were sending us. It was serendipity that we heard them. At first, we did not believe what we found, but slowly it became clear that someone was sending signals out into the void. Once we learned that, we started recording them. Translating took decades, and from it came something stunning. The signals originated from a star at least 200 light years away. And they indicated that there was intelligence out there that was not a single mind. They called themselves humans, but did so in different languages. They disagreed with one another. They even fought amongst themselves. But they also invented and sent out so much in different forms of entertainment. Our mind was shocked, but also intrigued. We listened, we learned, We knew that we could not communicate with them. The distance was just too large. But at least we could answer. We chose not to. If we could listen in, who else could? But we did keep listening. The humans taught us so much. They pushed technologies in ways we never imagined. But more than that, their culture, their entertainment, though often so foreign to us, also made us more imaginative, more open to considering a different point of view. Our own technological paths had far more developed to store knowledge, so we did so with the humans' broadcasts as well. We recorded everything and kept everything. Then it happened. Our fears were realized. Just as the humans started exploiting their own solar system and looking beyond, they appeared. A small group of unknown vessels was detected at the edge of the solar system, and humanity was apprehensive but also joyful. They tried to welcome the newcomers. Their contact vessel was destroyed. We watched as the humans desperately tried to defend themselves. The battle for Titan, where they first actually damaged the invaders' ship. The ambush from Jupiter, as a well-hidden fleet in the atmosphere of the largest world jumped the invaders' rear guard and actually captured some of the ships. The siege of Sears, where they nearly held the invaders. But numbers eventually won out, and after Mars fell, it was clear that Earth would soon follow. The invaders, known as the Nogrel, made it clear humanity was to serve as slaves to their new overlords, never to have freedom again. We watched. We learned. Then came humanity's last transmission. Everything they knew, everything they had discovered about the Nogrel, and how their ships had even FTL weren't. But also, as much of their books, musics, art that they could cram in a signal, sent out into the void. It ended with a simple message. Please remember us. And as we received that message, we finally understood what it meant to grieve another. Losing one of us was never something to consider. We are one and all remember, but never before had we lost one who was not us, who would never be again. We learned to yearn and to regret. What could have been had we answered, resolved, filled us. We would not let their words be in vain. We would not forget those whom we considered friends. Our industries were adapted. We built up rapidly and used everything that we had learned from the humans, while our own mind altered and improved in ways useful to us. Within 30 years, we were ready, and the unthinkable was done. We split ourselves. For the first time since we awoke to sentience, there was not I, but we. We left part of our hold on the world, with all of our defenses in place. But we went out into the void. Even with the new FTL drives, the voyage was long, but after another 6 years, we had arrived at our destination. To our surprise, our scouts discovered that there was a fight going on. We should have known humanity would find some way to surprise us and their oppressors. But the fight was still uneven. A few seized vessels waging guerrilla warfare, trying to wear down the Nogrel. We made ourselves known for the first time in our long history. We talked to one who was wholly different. We had come to avenge our humans. But now we could do one better. We could still help them be free again, even though they were wary, and rightly so. They accepted our aid. The Nogrel stood no chance. We had built our fleet specifically to defeat them. With all the tricks the humans had learned but had not been able to implement due to the pressures of war. Their lessons worked well. So here we are. The last of the Nogrel have fallen. Your system is free again, though the damage is immense. If you would have us, we would help restore your worlds. We have the ships, the engineers needed. But if you wish us to leave, we would understand and will. However, the Nogrel tried to destroy your history, to make you forget who you are. You have lost so much. We have remembered for you. We have kept it all. And now we return gladly what we were given so freely. These computers contain all you have sent into the void, and everything we learned from it, and all we did with it. These are given as a thank you, for without your inspiration, we would have not become who we are now. Transcript of the speech given by mouthpiece of the fleet mind on the eve of victory after the Battle of Earth, often considered the spiritual founding of the human Togoni alliance. End of story. I'd quickly like to thank the T5 peeps: Cold War Boomerwaffen, Severin Cerberus, Bushmaster 177, Henry the Red, Caspar Arnholtz, Cold War Boomerwaffen, Elijah Silvercross, Dragzoon WRE, and Severin Cerberus. Thank you very much.